Hey there everybody, this is What's Up with Giancarlo. Today we've got a cool lesson for you guys. Topic 7, Lesson 2. Understand theoretical probability. I can determine the theoretical probability of an event. Today's Florida Standard is MA.7.DP.2.3. Find the theoretical probability of an event related to a simple experiment. Let's get moving. So, example 1, determine theoretical probability. For her math project this term, Chia designs a game. Contestants win a prize if the spinner lands on the red section. What is the probability that a contestant will win the game? So, what we're going to do here is look at the probability of landing on this win spot right here, this one. Okay, this red spot. So, how many possible spots are there to land on to win? Just one. Okay, so that would be one possible way to win. And then how many possible outcomes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 possible outcomes. So, to win, the probability is 1 out of 10. Okay? So, 1 is the event to win. The possible ways to win. The possible winning outcome. And then there's 10 total possible outcomes. All right, let's look at the next slide. So here it's telling you determine the total number of possible outcomes for one spin. So you spin it, it can land on 10 different spots. Well, it can't land on all of them, but it can land on one of 10 spots. Okay? There are 10 sections that are all the same size. Step 2, because you know all the possible outcomes, you can find the theoretical probability of an event, such as the pointer landing on red. So for the event, on top would be the number of favorable outcomes, whereas on the bottom would be the total number of possible outcomes. So then we switch the event to red, landing on red, and that's where it becomes number of red sections, which we had 1, over the total number of sections, which we know is 10. Okay? Now, if we do 1 divided by 10, we get 0.1, or as a percent, you multiply by 100, and you get 10%. Okay? That is the percentage of a chance to land on the red. To land on the red spot and win. Alright? So there's a 10% chance that you will win this game if you spin the spinner. Let's look at the next slide. Example 1, try it. If Chia redesigns her spinner to have 8 equal sections instead of 10, should she expect to have more or to have fewer winners? Well, the way we do this is there's still one spot to win. So we do 1 over 8 because there's 8 possible outcomes as we have the 1 to 10. Okay? So if we divide 1 by 8 and divide 1 by 10, we get 0.1 like we already said, or 10%. Now we do 1 divided by 8, and we would end up getting 0.125, or if we multiply that by 100, we get 12.5%. So, which one is higher, 12.5% or 10%? You're right, 12.5% is higher, so 8 equal spots means there's more winners. There are more winners if there are only 8 sections than if there are 10. Alright, let's move on. Example 2. find theoretical probability. So hopefully you remember topic 7, lesson 1, because basically we did all this stuff. It's just a little bit harder with what you're trying to find the probability of. All right? So Bettina is rolling a standard number cube. A standard number cube has the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right? So if you don't remember topic 7, lesson 1, we went over sample space, which is S, and then we'd have this weird little sign, whatever, or symbol, and then we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then have it again. That is our sample space. They don't ask for it, but you should know how to do it. So what is the probability that Bettina rolls a 6? Well, how many 6s do I have? I have 1. So that'd be 1 over the total possible amount of outcomes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 over 6. Okay? You divide that and then multiply by 100 and you get 16.7%. I know you're thinking, Mr. Giancarlo, it's 16.66666. Yes, but we have to round it, okay? That's why they say about 16.7%. I should have said that as well, but whatever, I showed you and taught you anyways. All right. What is the probability that Bettina rolls an odd number? Hopefully everybody knows what an odd number is, but if you do not know what an odd number is anything that is not divisible by 2. So if we think about it, we've got 1, we've got 3, we've got 5, we've got 7, 9, 11, 13. So those are all the odd numbers and so on and so forth. So what is the probability that she rolls an odd number? Well, how many odd numbers are here? We've got 1, 3, and 5. So that's 3 out of 6 numbers. Okay? So if we break that down, if we simplify it, that's 1 over 2, and we should all know 1 over 2 is 50%. I'll just put the 1/2 over here. So that is 50%. So the probability of rolling an odd number is 50%. Let's look at letter C. What is the probability that Bettina rolls a multiple? What is the probability that Bettina rolls a multiple of 3? So, what are the multiples of 3? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. You guys should know, all right? So how many multiples of 3 are there? Just 3 and 6. So 3 and 6, that's 2 numbers out of the possible 6. The bottom number is not changing. It will remain the same for all of them because there's 6 possible outcomes on the number cube. That's it. So if we simplify down, we get 1 over 3. So 1 over 3. And then if we divide that in the calculator and then multiply by 100, we get 33.33333. But I'm just going to stop at 33.3%. All right? So letter D. Which event is more likely? Rolling an odd number or rolling a multiple of 3? Well, let's look at this. Rolling an odd number is 1/2 or 50%. We see that in letter B. And then we have rolling a multiple of 3. We have 1/3 or 33.3%. So which one is bigger, class? 50%. There it is. All right. So I'm just gonna cut the lesson here because example 3 is basically the same exact one as this. So I hope everybody enjoyed it, and remember, if you're watching the video, you're a part of the class. See you soon, everybody.